Hey there, I'm Lunsford, and you're watching a head-to-head review of Rift and Unbroken by Cody Nottingham. What is up, beautiful people? My name is Lunsford, and welcome back to another episode of Level Up, the head-to-head review show where I put two tricks against each other in an arena where they battle to the death. So, anyways, I'm glad you're here, and thanks for watching. So, I'm really excited to be reviewing these two effects today and comparing them together. I've done separate reviews on both of these, which you can watch. The links for them will be in the description down below. Now, hopefully you come away today knowing which one of these you want, or maybe you decide that you want both, maybe you decide you don't want either of them. It's up to you completely. I bought both of these with my own money, so you're truly watching an unbiased magic trick review. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into another episode of Level Up right now. First off, you need to know what each of these effects actually are. Well, they are really cool card through window plots. They each have their own unique take on them. For example, Rift is a card through window plot where you pull the card through on the other side of the window with your mouth. So you put your hands behind your back, you lean up to the spread of cards on the window that your spectators are holding. You lean up, hands are empty, hands behind the back, mouth up to the window, pull away, and the card is now in your mouth. You pulled it through the window. That's cool, but Unbroken, what the difference is this is a card through window where, now with Rift, they can choose where the card is going to go through, but I mean, you just kind of spread it for them. Now, Unbroken, they get to choose where on the window they want the card to go through, and I love the visual on Unbroken because they visually get to see the card fall through the window on the other side. But it really just depends on your preference. Do you like the visual of pulling a card through a window with your mouth, or do you like it actually you not being on that side of the window and then the card falling through the window when you're not even over there? Just depends on what you like. Now, if that wasn't enough, I might put some of the trailer on the screen while I'm explaining these, but that is what they are. Now that you know what they are, let's talk about what you'll be receiving if you decide to purchase either of them. Well, with Rift, you receive the gimmick that you need to do some initial setup for. It's not like any arts and crafts or anything, but you might have to go out and buy something extra. It's not difficult to find. You can get it at Walmart. It's gonna cost like $3, really easy. You might even have some lying around the house, but you do have to customize it to your own like body height because they can't really, predict who's gonna be performing this. So I really wish they would have included some of the material in here and then just let you customize it to your height, but that's another thing for another time. Now, Unbroken, you get the gimmick all ready to go. You don't have to do any construction or anything like that. No customizing the height. All you have to do is just make sure you have the gimmick on you and set it up ahead of time, which both of these, this one doesn't require any setup. You just gotta make sure you have the gimmick on you. So the setup per performance is just making sure, hey, I got the card on me, got the gimmick on me, we're ready to go, it's in place. Now, the setup for Unbroken is a little more lengthy, but there's no initial setup. So it really depends there on, do you want setup per performance? Do you want initial setup? What's your preference? Now, Unbroken, the setup is really easy to do. It's not gonna take much time. You just have to do it without your spectators looking. So that might be a negative for you between the two. Now, both of these cannot be done with signed cards. At least they don't teach you a routine on the downloadable tutorial. But if you want to come up with your own routine where you could possibly make these signed cards, I don't know. I mean, I guess there is a way. It would just take some more, working out and some additional steps. But these initially cannot be done with signed cards, and I don't perform it signed. How are the angles for Rift and how are the angles for Unbroken? Your spectators need to be on the side where the cards are. So like if you're spreading the cards on the window for Rift here, they need to be on that side holding the cards. If you're doing the Unbroken version, they can't be on the other side where the cards can be coming through. So for both of these, the angles are about the same. You can't have your audience on the other side of the window where the card's coming through. Now let's talk about examinability. Which one of these is examinable? Rift, the card that you pull through the window with your mouth, that is immediately examinable, but Unbroken, the card that appears on the other side of the window and falls through, that one is not examinable immediately unless you're comfortable with your spectators holding it. They might be able to tell if they, I don't know if they know the thickness of playing cards, might be able to tell something's up, but that's up to you if you really want to chance it. Me personally, I would not. I would get the card for them and then do a change if you would like to get the card examinable for them. But for both of these, that is examinability. What are the positives and the negatives for each of these? Well, the positives for Rift, I'd say, is that the visual of you pulling a card through with your mouth is cool because you don't have to use your hands. But another positive for Unbroken is that the visual is cool because you don't have to be on the other side of the window. You can just let it fall through, and the visual looks really cool when they just see the card fall through the window and end up on the floor on the other side. The negatives for each one is that Rift, I really wish it would have came with that additional supplies, and Unbroken, it's just the setup per performance that might get you, but for me, I don't really mind that. Now I'm going to tell you which one I think you'll get the most bang for your buck for. Rift is $35, Unbroken is $40, so they're pretty close in price. They're only $5 apart, so I'm going to compare them on a level playing field. Based on these two card through windows and the similar price they have, I believe the best one for your money, the best one that's going to get the best reactions, I believe is, drum roll please, Unbroken. I just believe that for the money, it is a little pricey. I really do think both of these should be about $5 cheaper. I really think Unbroken just gets the better reactions because you don't have to be on the other side of the glass. So they don't see, you over there, they don't think you're doing anything, because even though you're only using your mouth here, you don't use anything here. You're not on that side of the window. I just really love that visual of the card just falling through, them pointing at a place, even using like a dry erase marker, drawing on the window like a little X and saying, oh, is this the porthole? And then it going through there. And literally, they just see it fall through on the other side while you have your fan up. It just looks so cool. The visual is awesome. Not to discount Rift. It's cool too. Just depends on what you want. But for me, my decision is Unbroken. I think it's so cool. The visual is awesome. And for your money, I think that's the one that I would go for. Now, I don't think. I know that's the one I would go for. That's going to do it for this episode of Level Up. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you come away from this episode knowing something that you didn't know before you watched this episode. Maybe you didn't even know about these. Maybe you did, and you just didn't know how they compared. But hopefully, you just feel more informed after this video. Now, I've been holding on to these for a couple years. Ever since they've come out, I've had them, and I just wanted to do a review on them. Like I said, I bought them with my own money, so you just watched a completely unbiased magic trick review. If you'd like to follow me on Instagram, definitely feel free to do that. It's at TowerAnsweredMagic. There I post all sorts of original magic content. You get to participate in polls and all sorts of stuff. And so I can keep doing these unbiased magic trick reviews, become a patron on Patreon if you would like to. Some cool rewards on there as well. The links for all that stuff is in the description down below. Any money helps, or any follow helps, any view helps, anything helps. Thank you for your support. I really do appreciate it, genuinely. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart to my patrons, the people that follow me on Instagram, the people that subscribe, people like you who are watching me talk right now. Thank you so much, and hopefully I'll see you in another video that I post sometime soon. See ya.